For the first time since the start of the outbreak, there is now a confirmed case of COVID-19 in Sauk County. What we know about this patient right now at noon.
This is News 3 Now at noon.
I'm Mark Kane. Thanks for joining us. We start with breaking news from the Channel 3000 Alert Center. Sauk County now has its first confirmed case of the coronavirus. County public health officials say the patient recently traveled to another state with community spread and developed symptoms shortly after that. They are under quarantine right now. That confirmed case brings the total number in Wisconsin to 120. 23 cases are in Dane County, and Milwaukee is seeing the highest number with 50. We'll continue updating these numbers throughout the day on the Channel 3000 app. We're keeping an eye on severe weather possible this afternoon. Let's head over to the Weather Center. Meteorologist Chris Reese has a look at your first warn forecast. Hi, Chris.
Hi, Mark. We are watching that severe weather potential as we move into the afternoon. The good news is that that severe threat is kind of trending downwards for us, which is typical for this time of the year. But here's what you're looking at. We've got a lot of clouds, low fog. This makes it very difficult for the atmosphere to destabilize. But nonetheless, we are still going to see those showers and thunderstorms starting to get their act together as we move through the day. What you see right in here, this is a warm front getting ready to move our direction. So we've been warm for now, but things are getting ready to get even warmer as we move through the next couple of hours. But those showers and thunderstorms, folks, they are knocking right on the door for us in Dane County. If it's not raining already, it will be very soon. 44 is our temperature right now. You see these winds coming out of the south and east. They're likely to become a little bit more southerly and spike into the lower 50s. But nonetheless, it remains an alert day. We will see another round of showers and thunderstorms followed up with snow to end things moving into tomorrow morning. We're breaking this all down coming up here in about 10 minutes or so.
All right, we'll see you then. Thank you, Chris. Local clerks have sent out more absentee ballots for the April 7th election so far than they did in each of the last 4 spring elections. The Wisconsin Elections Commission says as of this morning, clerks have issued more than 277,000 absentee ballots. Excuse me. A number of states have postponed their presidential primaries amid the coronavirus crisis, but Governor Tony Evers has refused to postpone Wisconsin's election and is urging people to vote absentee. Voters have until April 2nd to request an absentee ballot. Go to myvote.wi.gov. The Wisconsin Democratic Party voted yesterday to cancel all congressional district meetings and reduce the state convention planned for June at the Wilderness Resort from 2 days to 1. They also voted to authorize Party Chairman Ben Winkler to decide no later than May 1st whether to continue the in-person meeting or do it virtually. The Democratic National Convention is still planned for mid-July in Milwaukee. The Wisconsin Republican Party's state convention is scheduled for the weekend of May 15th in Green Bay. HarleyDavidson has temporarily suspended production at its 3 U.S. manufacturing plants after an employee at its Milwaukee facility tested positive for coronavirus. This affects Wisconsin facilities in Menominee Falls and Tomahawk and another one in York, Pennsylvania, and a total of 2,000 union-represented employees. The company said the majority of its U.S. production employees will be on temporary layoff with medical benefits. The number of coronavirus cases in the U.S. continues its sharp climb with more than 9,400 confirmed cases and 150 deaths. Doctors are warning we could be 45 days or more from seeing it peak. Skylar Henry is at the White House with more on what the Trump administration is doing to try to control the spread of the virus and the impact on the economy.
President Trump says he will make an announcement concerning the FDA and the coronavirus today. The agency has been working on treatments.
The president's been working nonstop, both on therapeutics that could be available in the summer and fall, and vaccines that could be available in the fall of 2020.
Wednesday, President Trump signed a Korean War-era law that compels manufacturing companies to step up production of medical equipment and protective gear for health workers.
I look at it, I view it as in a sense, a wartime president. I mean, that's what we're fighting.
The president is fighting on 2 fronts, the battle against the virus and the battle to save the economy.
You pay now or you pay later. If we don't contain this virus, the entire economy is going to collapse.
70,000 more people filed unemployment claims last week, and those numbers will rise. GM, Ford, and Chrysler Fiat were the latest companies to shut down operations.
They won't be able to get 40 hours. Then we got subemployment and unemployment they'll be able to file for next week.
Congress is negotiating with the White House for a stimulus package which could top $1 trillion and is likely to include money being sent directly to Americans.
We are moving rapidly. because the situation demands it.
COVID-19 has now hit Capitol Hill. Congressman Mario Diaz-Balart from Florida and Ben McAdams from Utah both confirm they've tested positive for the virus. Skylar Henry, CBS News, the White House.
And the Senate Majority Leader says he will keep the Senate in session until it passes the stimulus package to help the economy. Although the three major automakers in Detroit have temporarily closed, Ford and General Motors say they are now in conversations with the Trump administration about potentially building medical equipment, particularly ventilators. Flights from around the globe diverted away from McCarran International Airport in Las Vegas overnight due to an air traffic controller potentially testing positive for COVID-19. The air traffic control tower is now temporarily closed. The FAA originally reported the air traffic controller tested positive, but then later amended the statement saying the person potentially tested positive. Just yesterday, 3 air traffic controllers at Chicago's Midway Airport tested positive. And more bad news for spring breakers as more beaches continue to close today. The mayor of Gulf Shores, Alabama, announced that they will be closing all of the city's public and county beaches starting tomorrow morning. This decision comes after the mayor and city council declared a state of emergency in the city. Yesterday, several beaches in Florida have also been closed. Overseas, the U.S.-led coalition in Afghanistan has halted movement of troops due to the coronavirus concerns. General Scott Miller, the commander of U.S. and international forces in Afghanistan, said in a statement 21 personnel were exhibiting flu-like symptoms. He said they're in isolation and receiving medical care. The coalition has implemented a series of restrictions in order to prevent the spread. That includes temporarily pausing the movement of personnel into Afghanistan and delaying the return of some service members. And some non-coronavirus news at noon. Hawaii Representative Tulsi Gabbard has officially ended her 2020 presidential campaign. Today, she announced that she will now be endorsing Joe Biden. She said in a statement, quote, "Although I may not agree with the vice president on every issue, I know that he has a good heart and is motivated by his love for our country and the American people." And new at noon, if you're getting tired of staying inside, Hallmark Channel is stepping in to bring up people's spirits. It's bringing back a marathon of Christmas movies this weekend. You can relive the holiday spirit as you stay home to help stop the spread of coronavirus. This starts tomorrow afternoon and runs through Sunday night. Our partners at Madison Magazine have released their 2020 Best of Madison list. This year's Best of Madison celebration celebrates the connection between the rip-roaring 1920s and today, the new golden age. Go to channel3000.com to check out all 572 winners that readers chose in a poll. Just a few of the winners include Jason Harder, that's a local pastry chef at Hubbard Avenue Diner, the Green Owl Cafe for vegetarian and vegan-focused food, and Wollersheim Winery. And the Green Bay Packers addition of linebacker Christian Kirksey and Rick Wagner this week signal a move forward without 2 key veterans. Longtime right tackle Brian Bulaga has agreed to terms with the LA Chargers, and linebacker Blake Martinez is joining the New York Giants. The Packers confirmed reports of their departure yesterday on the opening day of free agency. And there's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. Up next, we'll see what Howard's working on in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
We're saying goodbye to winter with a dish that's springtime fresh and full of flavor. You won't want to miss this one.
Oh, baby, I have sinned. Oh, baby, this is my last confession. You know I've never been no good. But when I'm with you, it feels like heaven. I'm begging for mercy, baby. Yeah.
So, what do you think?
I love it.
Make time to escape to the coast and enjoy 60 miles of beautiful beaches and let the sound of the ocean's tide take you to your happy place. Now's the perfect time to book your spring getaway to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Besides, you deserve it. Seize your moment now and come, let go, and unwind on Myrtle Beach Time.
Let go and unwind on Myrtle Beach Time.
When their cry is a different kind of cry.
When you know they're sick, but are afraid to know how sick they really are.
That's when you want answers. When you need answers.
Because when it's your child,
your baby,
it's different.
This is where you'll find doctors unlike any other doctors, where we treat the untreatable and conquer the seemingly unconquerable. UW Health. Remarkable medicine. Remarkable care.
Only the 5 and Up lineup from Pizza Hut lets you get some of these, a bunch of these, or all of these. Starting at just $5 each when you choose 2 or more. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
At U.S. Cellular, we're building a powerful new 5G network that breaks down barriers. Because it's only fair that you get uninterrupted service, so you can work without obstacles and stream without disruptions. 5G, now available in Wisconsin. Unlimited data starts at $30 a month. It's the best value in wireless. Switch today for just $30 a month with 4 lines. U.S. Cellular. Choose fair.
Pick up a copy of Madison magazine and have the city at your fingertips. Dining, entertainment, where to go and what to see. Original reporting, local business, and politics. Pick up the latest issue on newsstands now.
You make plans, what to wear, where to go, when to go, what to bring. And then the weather changes everything. Let News 3 Now First Warn Weather prepare you for what's coming. First, fast, and accurately, so you can plan your life.
Isn't it funny that with every change of season, we seem to gravitate to different types of foods? In the winter, which by the way officially ended yesterday, we crave soups and stews as well as comfort dishes, which brighten things up no matter how gloomy it gets. And now that it's spring, our taste buds are craving lighter, fresher fare. And to give us a jump start, we have a recipe that'll be very welcome. We start by cooking some bow tie pasta like we normally do. And while that drains, we saute some cut up asparagus along with chunks of yellow bell pepper and some minced garlic. Once that's tender, we toss in some cherry tomatoes, a bit of chicken broth, and a few spices. When it's hot, we'll toss it with our pasta and top it off with some goat cheese that we chunked up, along with some fresh basil. Just looking at this, it screams spring. And as for the taste, it may be light and fresh tasting, but don't let that fool you, because it's packed with flavor. So why don't you go online and get the recipe for what we call tossed spring veggie pasta, so you can welcome spring into your home with a dish that's very fitting. Nice. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a springy way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
All right, Howard, thank you. Still to come, new numbers from the Labor Department as tens of thousands apply for unemployment. Plus, we're keeping an eye on the potential for some severe weather this afternoon and evening. Your full First Warn forecast is next.
Just have to start. Auto save your way there with Chase. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Hi, I'm Brian from McCarran Furniture in Baraboo. At McCann's, our #1 priority is treating our customers right. We want your shopping experience to be fun and informative, so you have all the information you need to make smart choices. We're shoppers too, and we believe in treating our guests like family. We always have and always will. Discover the difference at McCarran Furniture in downtown Baraboo. You'll be so glad you did.
Choosing a window replacement company is tough. We asked our customers why they love their new Champion windows.
Working with Champion was such a great experience that they've made our home much more comfortable now.
We have saved 25 to 30% on our energy bill since installing the windows, which blew my mind.
Right now, Champion Comfort 365 windows are buy 2, get 1 free. Plus, buy now and pay nothing for a year.
I love my new Champion windows.
Let Champion help you fall in love with your home. Book your free in-home consultation online or call 888-930-CHAMPION today.
I love that one.
I love it.
I love them.
It's easy to fall in love with a new Chevy.
I love this one too.
And the auto show is the perfect time to see why.
Wow.
I love it.
That's my next truck. Use Auto Show Cash and find the many reasons to fall in love with a new Chevy.
I love it. I'm going to go buy a Chevy.
Right now, get $1,000 Auto Show Cash on most 2020 Blazer models. That's on top of most other offers. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Russian intruders are making their moves on social media to disrupt U.S. elections.
This blurry distinction between foreign and domestic groups pose a lot of challenges to tech platforms.
Can they be stopped? News 3 Now investigates tonight at 10.
Hi everyone, Hattie's looking ahead to some sunshine but colder temperatures as we look forward to the weekend.
And Josh, you know what they say, the best way to spread some cheer is talking about the holidays for all to hear. And we'll do exactly that. We'll explain starting at 4:30.
The Farm Report is sponsored by Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Welcome back. The stock market continues to take a beating, plus a rise in unemployment filings across the country. Diane King Hall has today's Money Watch report.
Wall Street resumes trading a day after plunging markets trigger another temporary halt. While the Dow continued its slide at the open, stocks attempted a recovery within the first hour of trading. The tech sector was the leader of the gainers. Also in the backdrop, fresh unemployment numbers showing a spike in filings. According to the Labor Department, first-time filings for weekly jobless claims surged by 70,000 to 281,000, the highest number since September of 2017. The government blamed the increase on the ripple effects of the coronavirus. The weekly snapshot is among the first indications of the pandemic's impact on U.S. employment. Overall, Wall Street remains hyper-focused on the coronavirus. The street had the same questions as consumers. How many cases are there? Who is this hitting the hardest? And what is the recovery rate? And that's your CBS Money Watch report. For more, head to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the New York Stock Exchange, I'm Diane King Hall.
Let's check the numbers at noon. The Dow Industrials up 184 points. The NASDAQ up 215. The S&P 500 up 21. Nice to see green arrows for a change. Let's check in now with Q106 Farm Director Pam Yankee, who just had our first thunder of the season, I think.
That is exactly what I was just going to say. That thunder boomer that I just heard means we're going to see green outside sooner as opposed to later. And Mark, that's what's kind of keeping a lot of our Wisconsin farmers moving forward. We've got the day-to-day chores of taking care of the livestock, and now we've got to start thinking about what we're going to do in the fields. The good news is today our markets are up. Corn, soybeans, wheat, wherever you look, we're seeing double-digit gains in most cases. We got our U.S. export numbers out, and they weren't necessarily fantastic, but we are getting reports that more ports of entry are starting to see products start to move. That is a very good thing. Remember, we were kind of shackled by China being unable to turn their product that we had sent to them and get the containers and the ships coming back to the United States. It looks like that is starting to slowly come back to life, so that is some good news. Not good news for dairy. I talked this morning to Ryan Yonkers, who's with Rice Dairy down in Chicago, and he was telling me, you know, if you take a look at the track that dairy has been on over the past 10 days time to 2 weeks, we have seen our milk price for our Wisconsin farmers go from an average of about $15 a hundredweight down to about $13 a hundredweight. That is just awful for our growers. You can take out all the insurance that you want, but still, those are margins that are not going to be feasible for a lot of our dairy, so I'm afraid we've got some ugly headlines coming in the future. Today, dairy product prices, despite the domestic demand we're hearing about out there, grocery stores and that, we're in such uncertain territory that a lot of producers, cheesemakers, may be only producing on the short term, not knowing what kind of demand we're going to have 6 months out, for example. Barrel cheese is down 4.5 today at 138 3/4. 40-pound block cheese down a penny at 186 1/4. AA butter up 3 at $1.70 a pound. Like I said, Mark, really that's where we're at right now in agriculture, second guessing how long COVID-19 is going to be hanging on to the general population's, shopping patterns and so forth. And then we got to try to figure out, if I plant a crop, even if I know I'm losing money in April, will I be able to still make money by the time I harvest it in October? So we're doing a lot of double guessing out there right now.
Uncertain times, that's for sure. All right, Pam, hang in there. Yeah. Here's Chris now. Big smile on his face when he heard that thunder.
Yeah, it's been a very long time since we've been able to hear thunder around here. But we're going to be watching that closely as we go through the day. We do have an alert day in the forecast just because there's a chance for a couple stronger to severe storms. But folks, even that chance is going on the downside. I'm not truly impressed with the severe weather setup that we have. But nonetheless, we have a very low threat of tornadoes, mainly south of Madison into parts of northern Illinois. You work your way a little bit further north, and we do have a small threat for some hail, and that's again from about the Dells and points southward. That greatest chance is going to be south of the border. And then when it comes to damaging winds, that greatest threat is going to be south of the state line and our county line or state line tier counties here. Here's a better view just showing you the overall severe weather outlook. Notice how parts of Iowa into northern Missouri, from southern Indiana, western Kentucky, Illinois into Arkansas, these are where the best chance is going to be to truly see the strong showers and thunderstorms. You would need our actual storm system to push a little bit further towards the north for us to get in on that, and well around this time of the year, Lake Michigan often keeps that from happening. That looks to be the case as we go through today. But nonetheless, we're still going to see showers. We're still going to see thunderstorms. A warm front, it's moving north right now. This leading edge of showers and thunderstorms, it's moving into town. This is what's associated with that warm front. So this is the past 3 hours. Notice how they've moved in from the south and west. They'll continue to push towards the north and east. Sun Prairie, these are knocking on your door as we go through the next couple of minutes. It'll be in Watertown by the time we get you towards 1 o'clock. 1:30, we'll start to see these moving into Waukesha. So all again, this is all moving towards the north and east. I want to zoom in on Dane County. Most of us are getting in on the showers and thunderstorms right now. But if you live in places just northeast of places like Sun Prairie, say you're up in Marshall, these storms are knocking on the door for you. So they're not there yet, but they will be as we go through a matter of moments. Here's our Queen Bee Radio Sky Camera. You're seeing the rain coming down in Platteville right now. That rain has now made it into downtown Madison, so it's a little difficult to see the Capitol there. We're going to continue to see this rain as we go through the next couple of hours, folks. 44 degrees, thunderstorms being reported at the airport there, 46 as you work your way through Janesville. But like I mentioned, the rain is associated with a warm front. We're going to see these temperatures actually gradually climb as the rain goes through. So by 3:30, we'll be in the upper 40s. We'll top out around 52. We'll see the rain sticking around through the evening hours as well. By 10 o'clock, we get a break. Pay attention to the wind direction now. They are shifting from the north. We have now had a cold front push through. All instability at this point is gone. We're not concerned with any severe storms, but we may still see some of those towards the south, places like Janesville. Eventually, colder air catches up as we move into tomorrow morning. So this is that transition over to some snow. It's not going to be a lot of snow either. You're talking ½ an inch to an inch at best, and that's going to be on grassy and elevated surfaces. The bigger story is going to be the rainfall that we see. We're talking upwards 3/4 of an inch to an inch and a half of rain in some spots. So a very soggy, wet day. We will continue to see some showers and thunderstorms as we go through this time period. This is why we have the alert day, just because of that heavy rain threat and because a couple storms could be on the stronger side. It's the first true day of spring, and while this reminds us that as we go deeper into spring and summer, we will see more and more days where that severe weather threat will be possible.
11:50 tonight or 10:50 our time tonight, spring?
10:50 tonight.
All right. Last hours of winter.
I know.
Thank you. Next at noon, we'll meet our Pets of the Week from the Dane County Humane Society, a pair of Huskies, a bonded pair of Huskies. Stay with us.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
This is Jill Karofsky's arena, and she doesn't mess around. As a prosecutor and now a trial court judge, Jill has locked up criminals and protected our families. This is also Jill's arena, a 2-time Ironman triathlete. No one outworks her. Now Jill is entering this arena, running for the Supreme Court to stop corruption and the influence of big money special interests.
Whether you're a violent criminal or a corrupt politician, I will hold you accountable.
Fair, tough, independent. Jill Karofsky for Supreme Court.
When we face adversity, we find a way through it. It's about taking care of each other. It's the small parts that make a big difference. At Chevy, we promise to do ours. We're offering Chevy owners complimentary OnStar Crisis Assist services and Wi-Fi data. If you need a new Chevy, interest-free financing for 84 months with deferred payments for 120 days on many of our most popular models. You may even shop online and take delivery at home. It's just our way of doing our part.
Okay. In my Johnsonville commercial, they opened on a game show set in the 70s. Today we got Johnsonville smoked sausage made with 100% premium pork. Some brands mix meats and add fillers, but not Johnsonville. Contestant number 1 bids the closest, so he wins a boat. And he says, I don't want that boat. I want the sausage. What if I told you that boat is filled with Johnsonville smoked sausage? And that's a smoked sausage commercial made the Johnsonville way.
My mom was a bank teller, but her hands were so crippled by arthritis she could no longer do her job. She applied for Social Security disability benefits. Like most people, my mom was denied. I'm attorney Don Becker. Don't be embarrassed and don't give up. My mom appealed. You can too. Disability law is all we do.
Call the Becker Law Office, 1-800-254-7766.
What we achieve for patients is life-changing.
You get your smile back, your confidence back in just one day.
A new smile at a price you can afford.
With the dignity and respect you deserve.
Don't wait another day. Nothing is more life-changing than a healthy, confident smile.
Now get 10% off all dentures. But hurry, this offer ends soon. Call 1-800-DENTURE today to schedule your consultation.
It's time for Potentially Yours from the Dane County Humane Society. Meet Smiley and Sasha. They're both available right now at the Dane County Humane Society. They're a pair of friendly senior husky mixes who are looking for a home together. Smiley's about 8, Sasha's about 14. Both are house trained and know some tricks. They like cats a little too much, so for your feline friends' happiness, their new home should be cat-free. If you're looking for 2 lovely senior dogs, please contact the Dane County Humane Society. Last week's Pet of the Week, Loki, well, she's still available. The Dane County Humane Society says there's a great need right now for monetary donations and adopters. You can donate online at giveshelter.org if you're able to. The Humane Society says now is a great time to adopt. If you're at home for a couple of weeks or more, perfect time. Call the Adoption Center on the number of the screen. 838-0413 is the number. Giveshelter.org is the website. So let's get the Huskies a home. A wet home this afternoon, Chris.
Yeah, things are going to be wet for the rest of the day. We're watching those showers and thunderstorms on radar right now. The leading edge of a warm front is what's moving through the area right now. In fact, you can see some of the heavier precipitation just behind that leading edge. So we're getting that in Madison right now. You work your way up towards the Dells. Places like Sauk City are getting in on that. And then that goes all the way down towards Janesville. And for our friends in Janesville, these showers and thunderstorms will be arriving These showers and thunderstorms will be arriving pretty much at any moment now. If you haven't begun to hear them already, that's going to be working into Beloit as we go through the next couple of minutes also. We're going to keep this around, folks, as we go through the day. More chances for showers and thunderstorms exist through the rest of the evening as well.
Nothing severe right now, though.
Nothing severe right now.
All right, Chris, thank you. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here at 4 o'clock. Have a great afternoon.
Now, a WISC-TV editorial with editorial director Neil Heinen.
This is Sunshine Week, the annual observance of the importance of open government to our democracy and our fundamental freedoms. And this week, the message is as vital and necessary as ever. Every reporter, photographer, editor, and manager at News 3 Now and all members of the WISC editorial board are working as hard as we can to give you the most accurate, timely, useful information we can about this pandemic. We are aware of the balance needed between the unflinching presentation of the facts and the tone of the message. This is not hype. This is real, it's honest, and it is gathered and presented with every bit of professional skill and integrity we possess. But we are dependent on government leaders to be honest and open with us. Obvious and total transparency is essential to trust. As news media, we promise that to you. We require and demand it of our public officials. It's your right to know, and that couldn't be more important than right now.